This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
And it was very, very boring.
Yeah, essentially.
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been.
And then we find out his office is in the middle of space and time.
Stanley was happy.
And he's completely unaware.
The poor
And then
sap.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
And then he realized he accidentally went to work on a Saturday.
At the company had this happen. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so after that long narration, hi everyone, my name is Earthgui, and that's my phone going, sorry.
That's fine. Hello everyone, this is HyperVoiceActing.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
And
Perhaps he had simply missed
HyperVoiceActing
a
is my
memo.
special guest for today, and we are looking at the Stanley Parable.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a
And
trace
it's basically
of his
about a
co-workers.
man named Stanley who works in an office, and suddenly all of his co-workers have gone missing.
When Stanley came to a set
Hopefully
of
they haven't
two
come
open
down with anything
doors,
too
he
severe.
entered the door on his left.
And this is also narration-driven, so you're basically
This
given
was not
choices.
the correct way to the meeting
that
room,
you can
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
you can
he wanted to
basically
stop by the
go
employee
with the
lounge
narrator
first,
or
just to
against him.
admire it.
It's one of those games.
Yep.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
The
It
Rec
had really
Room.
been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
I've
Stanley
seen better.
simply stood here, drinking it all
Yeah.
in.
It's kind of meh.
And there was
But
not
I
a
hang
single
around
coffee
here
machine
anyway.
in sight.
Yes.
Plenty of coffee
really,
mugs, though.
really
Actually,
worth
there is
it
one on
being
the
here in
table right
room.
there.
A room
Oh, okay, I
so
see it.
utterly captivating.
Because I was about
that
to say,
even
this is
though
not a
all your
proper
co-workers
working
are
establishment
mysteriously
if there is
vanished,
no means
here
of
you
getting
sit
coffee.
looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yeah.
Really worth it.
Even if you're someone like me who doesn't really like coffee.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee either.
At this point,
It's always too
Stanley's
bitter for my
obsession
taste,
with
no matter
this
how
room
much
bordered on
cream or
creepy
sugar you put
and
into it.
reflected poorly on his overall
Yeah.
personality.
You have to really
It's
listen to the
possible
narration
that
because
this is
it
why
gets really
everyone
funny.
left.
Oh, my bad.
But yeah, when it's quiet, you can definitely
But
talk.
at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Yeah, I could go in there, but
No.
nah, I won't go.
I decide my own fate.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, I'm bad at following directions. That's me. I'm above the law.
Do not
I'm
jump
above
from
you,
the
narrator.
corridor where this is in action. Or in motion.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
You can
I
tell by my
realize that
soothing
investing
listen
your
to
trust in
voice.
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the
Not to
story
mention
has
it's
been
British,
about nothing
so
but
you must be able to trust
all
me.
this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
And boom.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yeah.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Silence, voice in my
Let me
head.
prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Fine, but the second I see a
Okay.
Fine, but the second
Now
I see
listen
some
carefully,
kind of
this is
talking
important.
tangerine, I'm out of here.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, you want me to go through the red door, huh?
Why can't you go to that door over there on the side?
Aha. Perhaps
Because
you
it's locked.
misunderstood.
You can only go through
Stanley
open
walked
doors.
through the red door.
But blue's my favorite color, mysterious narrator.
I still don't think you communicated properly. Stanley
really
walked
wants me to go through the red door.
red door.
Oh, look, there's another blue door.
Royal blue!
Right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so
It's
badly
blue
what's
like
out
me.
there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road
Yay.
you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
It's
Was
an
it worth
unfinished
ruining
room.
the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
You might think
flattered.
I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Did you
Skill
want to see?
trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely
Yeah,
nothing
this guy has a
so
very
far.
pleasant to listen to
Tell
voice.
you
I wonder if he's
Let
done
me
work
take
in
a
anything
stab
else.
in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some
Yeah,
feedback.
I can't remember his name, though.
There we go. A third option.
Ooh,
This
a
really
third
feels
door.
leaps ahead of where we were before.
And there's
Go
orange
ahead,
panels on the
Stanley.
sky.
Take it for a spin.
That's where the lights are supposed to be.
I'll take what's behind door number 3, good sir.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel
I
free to
give
be
you a
honest.
2 for effort.
I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yeah, I go with the 2.
Oh, I actually
Now, this
didn't
is
expect you to
ridiculous.
do that.
You didn't
Great
like it,
minds
but
think
you
alike.
didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain.
Not in a physical
Big
sense,
step
no.
forward
No,
here today,
but-
Stanley.
It did cause me. It
Here,
did cause me
based
some
on the
pain.
data
Just
from
not
the previous
excruciating pain.
playthrough,
There
I've
is a
compiled
difference.
new version,
And it's not
it's
physical
perfectly
pain, it's
candid.
more so of a
I
mental
think I've
pain.
knocked it out of the park with
Then
this
again,
one.
I've had
Let's
several
take
in
a
my
look.
life. One of them manifesting into you. The voice, that is. Ooh, a leaderboard. Let's see where we're at. I wonder if any of those are actual people online.
I don't think so.
And we are
There we are
number-
at the bottom.
number 9,328.
Dead last.
Well, carp.
Well, F you then.
Essentially.
Now,
Oh.
would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
No, in fact, it
Again,
made me
honest
unmotivated.
answers, please. Hey,
Exactly.
I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Actually, I have stuff I need to do
Oh,
later. Oh, never mind that. Oh, you baby.
He crawls left towards
So
danger.
cute.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course,
You know what the sad thing
message of
is
the
that
game
it's
only
actually
becomes
very
clear
accurate.
Once you've been playing it for about 4
It
hours.
kind of
so
is.
why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure
Simplified,
to keep
but
notes on your
still gets it
experience.
across.
You gonna save the baby? Yay, the baby saved.
Yeah.
We must ensure
The
the,
thing
future
is, he
of our
wants me to
youth.
do this. He wants me to do this for 4 hours.
Oh,
You heartless bastard. Do
exactly.
it because you hate babies or purely to
Whose
spite
child
me?
did you just
Because if it's the
murder?
latter, well,
And here
know
I
what
thought
to
you
do.
were a
I'm
sweet
thinking
girl.
out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing.
No,
that would improve
I'm really
the
not.
experience for you.
I'm really
I'm
awful.
not even going to try.
Apparently,
I'm out.
if you're
I'm
willing to
done.
murder
It's
cardboard
over.
babies.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
Let me see, I think I have something from one of my friends at Way Forward.
Yes. This seems like it will work. Let's give it a shot.
course.
It's Minecraft!
Well, Stanley, is this any
I
better?
love
At
Minecraft!
last, the one thing
Well, that
you've
makes one of
always
us.
desired. A game
Not that I
had
hate it, I just
absolutely
don't
nothing
care,
do
to be
with.
honest.
But is it enough?
Yeah,
Tell me that,
it's not for
Stanley.
everyone.
Will it ever be enough?
It's only for the
Well, I'll
most
say
creative
this,
of
I'm done
minds,
making
and I'll
fun of
openly
you.
admit I'm
From
not one of
now
those
on, I
people.
will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose.
It's still fun, though.
Watch this, Stanley.
I'm sure it is.
I'm going to build a house.
Oh, he's building blocks himself. For a minute, I thought that was a glitch.
No, here. And then
No, he's doing this all himself.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete.
You really
I
expect
made
me
this,
to live
Stanley.
there? I
Look at
highly
it.
doubt those are
Gaze
very
upon
suitable
my
living
work
conditions of a
art
man
and
of
feel
my
ashamed
lifestyle.
at your own inadequacy.
Me, who sits
But
in
you've
an
only
office
seen it from
typing
the
buttons on a
outside.
keyboard.
You've only gotten half the
I never said it was a
experience.
glamorous lifestyle.
Step inside and make yourself comfortable.
It doesn't look like we can fit.
Get in. Yep,
Isn't it
yep.
grand?
There we go.
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Diamond?
Diamond everything. Yes, yes,
Yep,
yes.
you can get
Come along,
diamonds.
Stanley. We have to go mining.
Alright, mysterious voice in my head, number 47, I shall humor you.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
I think I have one in my purse somewhere. I'd have to check my inventory.
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind.
Yeah, I don't think I
I'm looking
think
for
I have
something
anything.
More narrow and linear.
Crud.
Something that makes you feel utterly
I
irrelevant.
could barely make anything
This
out
won't
here.
do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
That was a spider.
Yeah.
Right before it cuts off there, you can hear creature sounds in the background.
Come on, man, load. Oh, there we go. Where are we now?
Recognize this one?
Yes!
Oh,
I don't even
lordy.
know what this game is, but I love it.
Yes.
You trapped in a
Hello
glass
and welcome
box
to
with
Gui's
no
Let's
way out.
Play,
Listening
re-Let's
to me
Play of Portal 1.
looks inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game?
You knew she was gonna
supposed
come back to
be?
this game
Can't
eventually.
figure it out. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay, now I'm
I was going to
curious.
come back to it, and
Let's
look
go
at what I
find
do
out
here.
What the hell this is.
Mugging the John.
Gotta bring back all the classic phrases.
Oh, yes. And here I kind of forgot that that right side of the box is open.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Has it really been that long?
Oh,
Yes, it has.
it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
It's
I
a
do
cube.
love the I do love the puzzles in Portal.
Yeah. I don't know who doesn't.
Genius.
And there is actually a way to glitch the door. I just didn't know how to do it.
That's fair. It's been a while since I played Portal 1 myself. Do you know if this opening area is like note for note exactly like the opening area in the first game?
Yes, it is.
Alrighty then.
No, actually, you know
What?
what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend
Well.
you've beaten the game if it makes it any
Yeah,
richer for
well.
you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity.
Well, I have a few
don't
ideas right
need
now,
your
but I'm not sure if
advice.
there's something I want to share in front of the
I don't
lady.
need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man
I do
whose
have-
job is
I
to
have
push
an idea.
buttons. I think I'll just go about my
Why don't you,
business
hey,
making meaningful
hey narrator,
cultural
I have an idea.
contributions
Why don't
to
you
the
shove it up
world.
your ass?
And perhaps every now and then I'll
Well,
think
shove
back
what
to a
exactly?
man
I don't
named
think he left us
Stanley
anything to
who
shove
was
it with.
objectively wrong in every decision.
Unless you want to go
Yeah,
back
good
and get
point.
the cube.
The thought won't last long.
Yeah, I'll shove that
Goodbye,
cube up his
Stanley.
ass.
Good luck with your work.
Well, considering how
And I
big it
sincerely
is,
hope
you're
that
gonna have
everyone
your work cut
lives
out for you,
happily
little
ever
lady.
after.
Oh, I'll find a way.
Whee!
Woo!
Ow! My legs.
I am miraculously unharmed.
You must have had some of those things that I forget what they're called. The ankle things.
Yeah.
Ow. After hours.
This is actually the beta version of The Office.
Before they decided
when they
to
were
tie
first
it all
working
up.
on it. Yep.
Interesting.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything
Yeah, I don't
up
think
at
I
the end
need you, dude.
to make sense out
Not
of the chaos
necessarily.
and
I need
fear
you
and
like a-
confusion. That's who I am.
Need you like
I
a
need you
bad
like a
rash.
thorn in my side.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
And that was one of the endings. We're here again.
Really?
All of his co-workers
Yep.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, this is funny.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
This
You
is
do
all.
realize there's no choice or anything
I'm just
in
gonna
there,
spoil
right?
it here. This is
If
all
I'd said
one
Stanley
giant
walked
ending,
past
kind
the
of.
broom closet, at least you would have
You
had a
spend the
reason
entire
for
ending in this
exploring
broom
it
closet?
on and on.
Well,
That didn't even
it
occur
goes
to me
on for a
because
while,
literally, this
but
closet
I
is
managed to cut it.
absolutely
I managed to
no
cut it short and
significance
leave
to
in
the
the
story
funniest bits.
whatsoever. I never would have thought to
Alrighty.
mention it.
Just need to listen.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find
Well, I
this
wouldn't say it was
concerning.
my favorite.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He
Well,
probably only got the job because of a
F
family
you
connection.
then.
That's how stupid he is. That or with
I didn't
drug
even know I had any
also,
family.
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yeah, I decided it's enough of that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I could, but
Niet.
yeah.
Random car.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am
Well, I have this
crazy.
British voice inside
All
my
of
head, so I
coworkers
have to have
blinking
some level of
mysteriously
insanity.
out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his
Oh, what do you
feet
know? You can't.
when he looked down?
Yeah.
Why
No,
did
I
doors
don't.
close
Where are my
automatically
feet?
behind him
Where'd they go?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting
One
to
of
look
life's
pretty
many mysteries.
familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
You notice
He
also
just
these rooms
hadn't
are
found the
repeating?
words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream.
Yeah, it's all a
Oh,
dream.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally
Super
found an
Mario
answer,
Brothers 2 all
an
over again.
explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Only
He
it was
wasn't
more
going to
crazy.
lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
And more voice acting.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm
How
still
long does this
lucid."
keep looping?
So, he imagined himself flying
Uh,
and began to gently
you'll
float
see.
above the ground.
Well, what?
I'm
Then he imagined
floating.
himself soaring through space on a magical star.
Oh my
And it
god.
too appeared. It was so
Space!
much fun, and Stanley marveled
Space,
that
space,
he had
space,
still
space,
not
space, space.
woken up. How was
Space,
he
space. Wanna go to
remaining
space.
so
Wanna see it all.
lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yeah, why is
Now
that?
the voice was describing itself being
Not
considered by
entirely
Stanley,
sure, to be
who
honest.
found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in
I'm
his
certain
life.
he is.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
It's all
It's
I
all
ever
I want.
need.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Everything's not fine.
I am...
Everything is a disaster.
I'm not okay.
Well, let's see if that bit of psychological mumbo-jumbo
Stanley
worked.
began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went
No, it didn't.
black.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of a glitch during recording. It's supposed to be black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Yeah. It happened earlier.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her
Is that supposed to be us?
work. But on this
Yep,
particular
that's us,
day,
dead on the
her
ground.
walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there.
I have no time. I have
staring
no
down
time
at
to
the
be
body.
staring at a man who's
And then
dead
she
on the
turned
ground.
to the man.
Exactly. I have my own stuff to do.
So here we
When
are at
Stanley
the
came to a set
toy
of
stores
2
again.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright. Let's see what happens now.
So for this run, I decided to go ahead and do what the narrator says.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is a swanky office.
Oh yes, it is.
Excuse me, sir. I need to talk to you about something.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication
got
of
to be
any
kidding
human
me.
life.
Yep.
Shocked,
We are the
unraveled,
only
Stanley wondered
ones in the
disbelief
entire
who
building.
orchestrated this. What dark secret was being
Man, I
held
guess it
from
was a
him?
good thing I didn't eat the
What he
shellfish
could
at
not have
lunch.
known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I'm sure that was the
Amazing.
case.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
So what is our boss keeping from us?
I'm going to make the guess that the boss is actually the British voice in our head. Would that be an astute guess?
That would be an interesting twist, wouldn't it?
So I'm wrong.
Well, you'll see.
Ah, okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the
Yep.
red mind control facility.
Escape! I could go through there, but that would lead to a much longer ending.
So we'll go for a much shorter ending.
Yep. Just for the sake of time.
The lights
trying to
rose
scrape
on an
my mind as to
enormous
where
room
Escape
packed with
came from.
television screens.
Finding
What
Nemo.
horrible secret did this place
Oh, okay,
hold?
my bad.
Stanley thought
Yeah.
to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore
this
the
is what's
number
been
of
going
an
on the whole
employee in
time.
building. Stanley's co-workers.
My privacy feels
The
so
lives
violated.
of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Yeah.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Yeah.
That his emotions had been manipulated
The
to
vicious
accept
monster.
it blindly?
Yep.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life.
Wait,
in
pirate?
someone
I never
else's
noticed that.
control? Never. It was unthinkable.
One of the monitors
Learned
said
something new.
pirate.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes. Stanley has spent his entire life utterly blind to the
heart
world.
of the operation. Controls
And it's a
labeled with
darn
emotions.
shame.
Happy.
Missed
or
out on
sad,
so many of
or
life's
content.
greatest
Walking,
mysteries.
Eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Never
he
again.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I must make sure no one else goes through the hell that I've been through.
Even though I've been completely unaware of it up to now.
Don't diminish the impact of my speech.
Yeah, I won't say that.
Now what happens next?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
Yay!
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone
We're
else's
free!
command,
Free to be whoever we want to be.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Birdies!
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber,
Yep.
he realized
The birdies get you places, don't you know?
For it was not
They get you
knowledge
to
or
freedom!
information that he had been seeking,
Yes.
but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone
Take a whiff of that, my dear. It is the whiff
Oh, yes.
of freedom.
Whatever life he lived,
And a slight bit of global warming, but we'll ignore that for now.
and that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
It's
the
so
only
pretty.
thing worth knowing.
It is, isn't it?
Stanley
Look at the-
stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now,
yes.
that things were meant to happen. And Stanley...
For the first time in my life, I'm for truly happy. Until someone decides to reset the game.
Yeah. So
The
that
end
was...
is never the end.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
No, it's actually
So that
the end
was-
is never
that-
the end. Never mind.
Yeah, so that was the Stanley Parable. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed it too, Steve.
Oh
Or
yeah,
Hype.
it's. Oh no, that's fine. You can call me Steve if you want to. I don't really have any particular preference. But yeah, this was quite interesting, I have to say. Never saw this game in action until now.
Yeah, there are a bunch of other endings you can try out and see for yourself. They're all really clever and really funny.
Yep. But those will have to be for another day.
Another day. Or maybe this might be the only one. Who knows?
That all depends on how lazy Gui is. I kid.
Yeah,
I kid. We all love you, girl.
I am lazy though. So, thanks again for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
Hope you all have a grand day.